So we're starting a podcast, and that's okay, totally, with starting with a smile and laughter. Hi everyone, today we have very special guests, Terri and Mike, joining us for Tea Time with Dr. K. We so appreciate you guys joining here today. They have been long patient of mine since I opened my first practice, so I'm going to let them tell us a little bit story of their journey of meeting me and their experience at my practice for the past, I would say, 7 years, right?
Yeah, 7 years.
So, why don't you go on, Terri?
Well, we found you through an advertisement. You were opening up your business, but you also have a community out here, a 55 and older community, and we moved out here. And
Frisco Lakes, right?
Yes, Frisco Lakes.
Yes.
And it ended up that our dentist retired, and so we were looking around and just couldn't
you
find a
upgraded.
fit. Yes, that's right. This definitely
Right?
is an upgrade.
Right, Mike?
Anyway.
They're a very fun couple. Every time they come to my practice, all we do is laughter. So that's why I joke with them.
Oh gosh, you know, so anyway, we showed up and we liked what you were doing, and you were starting your business. I mean, I think we went through all your growing pains with you.
I know. Like, you know, there's some
Yeah.
patients where you sort of like share your life with, and your journey and your pain, your struggles, and your fun and growth as well. And so they happen to just love you and be there as a coach for you, because obviously, as you can see, they've been married for a long time. I'm going to get to ask them how long they've been married. So Mike, he's funny, by the way, guys. He always says, I don't say anything to make you guys laugh, but he always does it. So tell me about your experience with us so far.
It's been fantastic. I've had a lot of problems with my teeth, and you guys are very thorough, very professional, and we love you guys. You're fantastic.
Thank you so much. Mike has lost his voice a little bit, but he still showed up to the podcast because he did not want to let me down. So I appreciate it. So tell me a little bit about the highlight of your health journey. You know, Terri and Mike, we both have gone through some health journey with us, and of course through periodontal maintenance and cleaning. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Actually, let's address that first. You know,
Okay.
I know you guys go through regular cleaning and periodontal maintenance. Tell me how those visits have been for you, because they're very, very, very consistent. They don't hardly miss appointments. So,
Okay, we moved to Dallas. I went to the first dentist. I sat down in his chair. The hygienist came in, looked at my mouth, said, I can't touch you.
oh shoot.
That's how
And
that
they
was.
said, you need to go see a periodontal surgery. So that's where I wound up. And wisdom teeth came out, and the periodontal started. And ever since I come in once a quarter consistently, because it's so much easier for me and for the hygienist to get my teeth clean. So every 3 months I'm in here like clockwork.
I know, and his gum health has improved drastically, right? Because
Right.
we actually have talked about it, and you know, may I share what has been before and what it is now? There used to be a lot of like bleeding and inflammation, and over the past several years, of course, he's done his homework at home as well, but things have definitely improved and progressed.
I started with like 8 on a couple teeth in the pockets.
But I've reduced down
They've been
significantly.
improving.
A lot, yeah. So, how about you, Terri?
Oh, well, this periodontal came in later. I always said he gave it to me.
That's true. Actually,
I
you know what?
I like to share.
It is true.
I share.
No, you share. Definitely, you're not stingy. That's for sure. So yeah, actually, it's a true fact when you said he shared. If a couple has gum disease, believe it or not, they can not only transfer it to each other, but you know what? Some parents, they do this part where they eat something in their, on their spoon, and they feed it to the baby. Please do not do that, because that also transfers the bacteria that is in your mouth into the baby that is just developing and growing, because they will get the same type of bacteria. So never, I've had parents tell me like they chew food because it's hot, or they want to make it more biteable or something, and put it in baby's mouth. I was like, that's the worst thing you can do. Do not do that. Or don't even like take the spoon and then put it in your mouth and put it in the baby's mouth. And as he said,
That's true.
you share bacteria. So tell me about your journey.
So mine was more of learning what periodontal does and to your gums and everything. But I had a cousin who had severe periodontal disease it was. And unfortunately, she left her mouth go so bad that she ended up in the hospital.
Yeah.
And the treatment was really severe.
Did it affect her heart?
Yes, it did. It actually gave her a heart attack and she did pass. And so this is scary.
Yeah.
This is scary. People don't understand how important our mouth is in the personal care that we do as far as maintenance on ourselves. We always leave ourselves go to the last, don't we?
Don't we?
Yeah.
Don't we?
We do.
So Terri made a very interesting point. She said someone who didn't take care of their teeth, that had gum disease, actually affected their heart. What she means by that is that the bacteria that is in your mouth actually gets to your bloodstream and affects the heart. It's a condition called endocarditis, inflammation in the heart. And that's why, that person ended up in a hospital with that kind of condition. And unfortunately, so sadly, she passed away as well. So, don't take your health of the gum so lightly, because it actually affects the entire system of your body. It really does. You were going to say something?
Well, it's just not for older people either. She was very young. She had
How
two
was she?
children. She was like in her 40s.
In her 40s.
When this happened, and she let it go so much because she put herself and her needs last all the time. Her children came first, her husband came first, and she just left herself on the back burner so long that it got worse and worse, and that's how she ended up in the hospital. And you're right, it was exactly the inflammation that got her.
I wasn't going to bring this up, but she mentioned something right now that touched my heart, and it's so important. She said she took care of her husband, her kids, before she took care of herself.
Yes.
I guess loving yourself, it's really important, because if you love yourself enough, you also will take care of yourself and not put yourself at last. So
Correct.
I want to ask you guys, I was not going to bring this up right now at this very moment, but I think it's a very important touching point, because I can, throughout the years, I've heard I've said amazing thing about Mike, and Mike say amazing thing about his wife. And of course, sometimes if they had an argument or struggle, how they managed to actually solve that. And that brings up the point of how much they love themselves first, so that they can give profound love back to each other, which is really, really critical. So Mike, you tell me, if you guys have an argument or an issue, how do you, because I remember one time you told me, we never go to sleep if we don't say goodnight to each other or love each other or whatever. So tell me about that journey.
Okay, every night, I tell young couples this all the time. We've been married 50 years, been together 52 years total.
52 years, you guys. That's a beautiful, long marriage. And you can see, they still love each other. He's about to punch her. See what I'm talking about? Attracts, locks, attracts.
Anyway, every night, regardless if we're mad at each other, argue, I will give her a kiss every night. There might be some nights it's just kind of just a slight little peck, but I will give her a kiss every night, regardless of what transpires, because there's no guarantees for tomorrow.
There's no guarantees for tomorrow, guys. You just hear that? No matter what had happened to him or to them between their arguments or throughout the day, he knows that in order to close the day and be grateful and have gratitude instead of gratitude, is to be forgiving and in a state of love, a state of peace. And that's exactly what I see. When I see every single time I see them, I see that love, really that energy that's going.
Right.
So one of my patients, I said, do you guys have any back patient? I said, no, we don't. But I guess we attract what we like, right? We attract who we are, because that is exactly what we see around us.
It's this energy.
Yes, it's the energy.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna go back to Terri.
Yeah.
Terri has gone through some health journeys. So Terri, tell me what you have done. I know you're doing. You lost some weight, about 30 pounds, right?
60 pounds.
60 pounds.
Yes.
Do not shortcut this.
Yeah.
60 pounds.
60
so
pounds.
tell us about that journey of how you lost that weight, so that audience can hear a little bit about your story as well.
Well, for me, I put myself on the back burner most of my life, but it wasn't because I didn't exercise and try. And we have always tried healthy and everything. Now, I'm living with a 6'4" guy who's tall and slim, and he can eat anything and get away with it. I'm short, and I became round. And so even after the children, I would gain weight, lose weight, gain weight. You know, when you do a yo-yo thing like that, that is also detrimental on your body and your health and what your nutrition is going to be. So I turned 72.
Woo! She looks great, doesn't she?
Well, I'm 75.
Excuse me. She's 75. She does not look like 75, y'all.
So
I'm 74, she robbed the cradles.
I did.
Oh,
I
she
did.
got herself a good one.
I did. I got a young one. I needed somebody to take
I'll
care
catch
of
up
me.
with her in March.
But
I'm telling you, do you see the dynamic?
This
This never gets old. That's what you want, though, you know?
Well, basically in 2021, I was at the highest weight. And it's important that you do take care of yourself, but I knew something was wrong, so you have to be your advocate, right?
Yep.
And it's no different than when you're feeling something wrong in your mouth or whatever, you have to get to the dentist and get it resolved. That's all there is to it. I had to go and kept telling my doctor something's wrong, it's not right. And it ended up, I had a hidden blocked artery behind my heart, 95% blocked. I almost lost my life that day. And that's when I knew that the rubber had to meet the road, and I had to get very honest with myself. Why is it that I held all this weight? Why is it I ate organically? I ate a lot of fruits and vegetables. I wasn't a junk food eater, but also I was a pastry chef. So
that sugar,
the sugar
really
right
got to
there.
your system,
And
real good.
Yeah, and it wasn't because I really ate it, it's because of all of the things that are in our products that we're purchasing that we don't realize are not healthy. And they're not healthy for our gums, they're not healthy for our teeth, they're not healthy for our arteries.
No, and they cause inflammation.
Yes.
They cause big inflammation. And when you have inflammation in the body, it really does not help you digest the food properly, and constantly you're feeling bloated, excuse my language, gassy, or and not rested, and it also affects your entire, sleep cycle and circadian rhythm. So continue on.
Yeah, so it was a really strong battle, and I finally knew that whatever the doctors were giving me to do, it wasn't working.
Yeah.
That's all there was to it. And I said I'd like to try this plan because I have an RN friend who showed up on Facebook, and she told me how she lost the weight, and I went ahead and got on plan. And in 5 months, I lost 60 pounds because of consistency.
That's right. Consistency is the key.
Consistency. It's no different than for oral health. What our hands feed our mouth, and this is what you got to get control of. And, you like that?
She's funny, isn't it?
It is true. If you don't get it in your mind and put a goal,
that's right.
Because it's a habit, correct?
It is a habit.
And as parents, that's what we do. We teach our children habits, healthy habits. And I know all of us, we're taught brush your teeth every day. Right?
Right.
And that is to get the impurities out of your mouth, but also it helps us to refresh ourselves and feel good about ourselves.
That's right.
So you're doing a fabulous job here.
I appreciate it.
Yes,
oh, look at that.
It's a fabulous
She just
job.
circled right back to me.
Yeah.
For all the stuff that she's done for herself. So tell me this, Mike, did you go through the same program as her, or she was the only one that was doing it?
I did a little bit of it. I didn't really need to lose the weight, but my cholesterol and stuff was up, blood pressure, so I've been on it, and that all came down, so yeah, I'm on.
So you brought your cholesterol down as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I'm sure the audience is saying, what did she do? We want to know. So, here's where you spill the beans.
Optavia coach.
Yeah.
And I love the program. A lot of people say, well, I can do it on my own. No, you can't. It's just like you can't just brush your teeth. You need the doctor to come in and help you out also. There's deeper cleanings. Well, I do a deeper cleaning in your health, but what's interesting, it's a simple, healthy program. I eat normal food. but there are packaged foods that they produce that cause a good balance in your sugar, in your blood.
Yeah.
You know, that balance, again, it's all about balance, people.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And the inflammation was one of the first things I got rid of. And I felt better and healthier.
So tell me about so because she went through the journey of losing that 60 pounds, she also decided, you know, when somebody goes through that kind of transformation, they're like, why not help my community? So she had decided to become a coach to help others who, just like herself, suffered for
Yes.
years, 72 years, right?
Yeah, basically as a child.
Yeah, to lose that weight. And so she became a coach.
Yes.
And tell me about the name of the program again.
It's called Optavia.
Optavia.
Think Mamma Mia Optavia.
I'm telling you guys, this is not an accident. We do attract. You're funny, man. So Optavia, and so you went through that program. So tell us, you said you get rid of the inflammation. What did you do first?
Okay, first it was mainly getting used to the products because, of course, we love our sugar.
Yeah.
I mean, you will always, some people say, wow, I don't really crave sugar. Oh, yeah, you do, because so much is input into the products that
Yeah,
we
the
purchase in the
processed
stores.
food and
Processed
stuff.
foods
Yeah.
especially. And that is so damaging along it. But I also noticed while I started eating a good, nutritious, balanced diet with very little sugar, it ended up that my gums started getting better too.
I know. The gum health's really good.
And
Yes.
I came in, and you even noticed
Yeah.
how well it did
Did
get
improve,
healed.
yeah.
And again, it was the inflammation.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the bleeding stopped in my mouth and things like that. It's because, and it's not, you know, apple a day,
No.
keeps the doctor away type thing, but it's not just that.
Consistency.
It's the consistency. Again.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So I was going to ask you a question. So what would you say if someone wanted to go through active? How would they reach out to you
Yes.
about this?
Yeah.
So do you have a Facebook page?
I do. I'm
What's the
on
name of it?
Facebook. It's Terri Scott Kavanaugh.
Terri Scott Kavanaugh.
Yeah, Terrie, and then Scott, Scott, and Kavanaugh, Cavanaugh.
See the attribute? She has this charismatic character, which equates to a leader, right? So definitely, she's been a coach for how
Yes.
long?
It'll be about 2.5 years now,
Yeah.
and the key thing is I have optimized. I no longer crave the sweets, the sugars, the fatty, saucy things.
Mm-hmm.
I always hunt out really good food now. And people say, oh, well, you're doing that diet program. Nope, it's not a diet. Because anything.
It's a lifestyle
That's right.
change.
That's correct. It
Yeah.
is all about lifestyle. It's about a habit. I chose to fight for me.
Mm-hmm.
I chose to come to you.
Mm-hmm.
I chose to come to my cardiologist. And in fact, when I lost the weight, the 50 pounds, I saw him.
Mm-hmm.
And he walked in the office, saw me, walked out and asked the girl, where's Mrs. Kavanaugh? He didn't recognize me. And
That's amazing.
he immediately rolled up to me, and just like you did, you rolled up to me, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Exactly.
What are you doing? You wanted to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very
You know, it's really important because, you know, I have patients who go through, you know, the sleep and TMJ program, and at the same time I tell them, you know, it's about lifestyle changes. If I get you help improve with your breathing and your TMJ, but there's still inflammation in the body, it's harder to get you to that space. Although a lot of the patients get improved and they start losing weight, but sometimes I feel like some need a little bit more help than the others.
Yes.
And this could, along with what I do with them, would help them lose the weight faster or lose the inflammation so they can actually get to sleep better, live their life functioning better.
Yes.
I mean, look at her, she's 75, but does not look like she's 75, right? And although she got herself a younger man, 74. Been married for 50 years. 50 years. So if you guys want to know more about it, please comment below. What was the name of it again?
Optavia.
Optavia.
And it's I'm on the website, and there's all kinds of coaches out there.
Yeah.
And so no matter what, we're team players.
Yeah.
And so just get on there and check it out. And it's a great program. It has changed a lot of people's lives.
Yeah.
And it from 10 pounds to 300 and more.
Wow, that's wonderful.
It's amazing.
Do you support her for the program, Mike?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
I've watched her over the last 50 years, every program she's been on. She goes up and down, and during all the other programs, she'd be on the diet, and she was always hungry. With this, she's not hungry.
So tell me a little bit about the actual, like, what you eat, you know, on a daily basis, because I think that's what it's important for other people to know, like what do you eat on a daily basis that not only help you lose the weight, but also has helped you improve your gum health as well, like the inflammation, reduce on the inflammation. What do you eat? When I get up in the morning, do you have the 3 times a day stuff, or do you do things periodically? Like, I know you mentioned the other day, like I eat every 2.5 hours or something.
Every 2.5 hours I eat, and that's to keep your blood sugar. We were meant to eat small meals, period. And I eat 5 times a day, every 2.5 hours. I do it consistently again because 3 hours your blood sugar kicks in and all of a sudden things change in your body because now you're at the starve mode. And people who do a lot of the other products that, like keto and things like that, you're starving yourself.
Yeah.
And you really need to get your blood sugar, and blood sugar is so important for your whole encompassing body. Every part of you, your cells talk to one another.
Yeah.
And so I eat 5 times a day, 2.5 hours. I might have a shake, and these are all high protein and high fiber, and it has all the vitamins, minerals, and proteins in it. They're a little grab and go package that I can have at any time. It's great for your busy lifestyle, that's for sure. And for him, he was a grab and go guy, but it was grab and go cookies, grab and go candy. He's a sweet boy.
He's like shaking
that's
his
why
head,
he's so sweet.
Don't give it. No.
And that's where his blood sugar was having trouble and his cholesterol was having trouble, and his doctor told him, you need to get on the program your wife is on. I thought that was great because he didn't, he understands, he gets
But we still go out to restaurants
We do.
regularly, probably more often than we should, but we go to restaurants quite a bit, and she'll get
I'll choose
steak
healthy.
and
Yeah, it's just healthy.
Steak and shrimp and
Protein,
salmon,
mostly.
a lot of protein, and I eat cleaner vegetables. One thing, when you go to places, it's kind of like, as you know, because you've lost some weight too, you can go and ask at any restaurant to change the order or not put a sauce on it. They will work with you. People who think that they don't want to draw attention, no, draw attention. It's a service.
That's right.
It's a service. You're fighting for yourself.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. I 100% agree with you. Yeah, if I go, like I went to 60 Mile the other night and I ordered that fish, which is amazing, but then I told him, please don't put the sauce on. I put the sauce on the side, so if I want to dab into it a little bit and try it, I can, but I don't want to have the whole sauce, which is probably high calorie count and sugar in it and all that stuff. So, any points for our listeners that are, just listen to the entire program so far about life journey and coaching and relationship and dentist, all that?
You want to say something? Okay. Well, one of the things is like in a relationship, never give up on each other. No matter how hard the road is, never give up, because you actually married your opposite. Don't try to change them to fit your mold, because you're not going to be happy with that mold because you married that person because they're different.
We've had some major issues in our life that we worked through all of them. And there's some days that I want to stay away. I don't want to talk to you. But 52 years, she's been a blessing to me. We ran a business together, and she would hire the people, and I'd fire them. I would tell her, have the person meet me at 5 o'clock. At 5 minutes to 10 minutes to 5, I said, give me somebody else. They're late. She said, Mike, it's not 5 o'clock. I says, to me, they're late. But if that makes it here on time, they're late.
Oh my God.
Which is
we work well together.
Punctuality. So we do a lot of things together. And I think the other thing is that you don't give up on yourself.
Yeah.
If you don't believe in you, you just might as well hang it
But
up.
this is a great dentistry
Oh,
here.
this is great here.
The staff here is fantastic, and they give a thorough check all the time.
Thank you so much. I so appreciate both of you for, Suzanne is looking at me right here.
I'm looking at
On the camera. So I'm going to say something, guys. We shot, like we were trying to start a few times, and these two cracked me up so many times that we have to restart over and over again. So I know patients are waiting for me to go, but I appreciate whoever is waiting on me. So final points. Thank you for being a loyal patient of mine. I so appreciate it. Thank you so much. And we love you guys too. And they have actually been since the beginning that I opened my practice, also for the welcome ceremony, which we will have. We want to have in a very near future, we want to have a patient appreciation day in 2025, which obviously you guys will be invited to it. And we're going to have a huge party. So it's Party, DJ and fun stuff. Do you remember the first one?
Yeah, I remember.
Do you remember what was in it? Do you remember, Mike? What was in the party in 2017?
That was-
17.
yeah,
It was over at
right
your
at
other
the other
location.
location.
Yeah. What did we have at the
Outside.
party? Do you remember?
Oh gosh. You
Ah, he doesn't even
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
say
yeah.
it.
there was so much for the kids to do. It was amazing. It was amazing. I'm sorry, it's me.
Terri, you didn't turn off your phone.
I did.
So we had, what did we have at the party? We had you can say it. We had the belly dancers.
Belly dancers.
Remember the belly dancer?
My memory's not too good.
We had like fuzzy tacos. We had like catering. We had
You
balloon
did?
animals.
Yeah, everything.
We had a lot. We had a lot of fun. So
You really
stay
did.
tuned because the next one is going to be even bigger than the first one, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
That's good.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So thank you again.
Thank you.
For being a loyal patient of mine for the past several years. Thank you for being here today.
You're welcome.
Thank you for sharing your life journey, how you guys, have been together for such a long time, and really advice, to stay in a healthy relationship, not giving up, and not going to sleep, being upset at each other, and give each other love and affection, and being in a state of gratitude and peace and love, because that's what when I'm around them, that's what I feel, guys. And it's interesting that the type of patient that we have attracted to our practice embodies the same form of energy. And I really believe that you get connected with those who vibrate and, in the same frequency as you are. So, again, thank you, Mike. He always is very funny. And he always, the other day they were here for their appointment, and he's like, I don't know, I didn't even say anything, they make me laugh. And he's the funny guy himself, believe it or not. And with Terri, I always learn a thing or two when she comes to the practice, and she says something really nice that I learned from her. So thank you so much again.
Thank you.
I love you both.
Thank you.
I love you both. So you're a coach.
Yes.
And for this program, weight loss program, and it's called Up to Via. And so tell me about it a little bit more. I know you mentioned it has a lot of vitamins and minerals. So tell me a little bit more about that.
Yes, and when you were struggling and everything, I told you have to get the proper vitamins, minerals, and probiotics into your program, because without that, you're not getting the health benefit that you definitely need.
Yeah.
And that is just pivotal for all of us.
Yeah.
And so that's what this is about. It's about the nutrition, it's about all of the encompassing parts, but it's also about your mindset. And
That's
we
right.
talked about that.
Mindset is
And-
everything, guys.
And we had a long conversation one day. We talked about your mindset. Change your mindset and you can go very far.
That's right.
Yes.
See, I have a life coach right here next to me, guys. And Mike.
And I want to say one thing. Normally, when I've gone into dentist offices, it's usually a multi-tenant location. You
Yeah.
go in, you look at the directory. Okay, where's he at? You gotta look at your phone to see what floor he's on, what room it is. In this office, beautiful office, you walk in the front door,
It is pretty.
nicely decorated. They've got an air hockey table over here you play. There's a gym in the back you can use, and
And a shower.
a shower. I mean, this is a fantastic.
And a podcast station.
Fantastic area.
Yeah.
And also, if you don't have insurance, they can work out.
Yeah, we
a
have a
plan. They have
VIP.
a plan
Yeah,
for you,
plans,
so.
yes.
That's right.
Which we use all the time, because I don't have any insurance. We come in here once a year, take care of it, and then we're good to go for the,
That's right. We do have a VIP cash plan for our cash patient, which
Yes.
they get to enjoy, and they have been part of the program for several years, and they love it. And
and we
so,
come in every quarter.
Every quarter, yeah.
Every quarter. we
Every
do it.
3 months, that's right.
Make it easier on the hygienist and a lot easier on me.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right, because then you get to get clean earlier and faster.
Yeah.
Right. Again, thank you so much. Appreciate you both of you for being on our show, our podcast show, and stay tuned for next episodes to come.
That's good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Give me 5. Give me 5.